Yo, what's up guys? Let's talk about entering the park and Park Smart and checking out your first feature. This is Park Smart, start small, make a plan, always look, respect, take it easy. Everything on here is great and I'm going to talk more about each point in depth throughout this video, but I also want to talk about a few other things that aren't included on here. Let's start with start small and make a plan. This is a great example of starting small. Here we have a flat dance floor box, really wide. And let's talk about the different parts as we take a look at this. This first part is called your approach. This is how you're managing your speed and lining up for the feature. So you want to think about how fast you need to go, what angle you need to take, so on and so forth. And then as we move forward, we come to the takeoff. That's this section here. This is what you're doing right before you get onto the feature, such as what edge you're on, what your body position is, are you rotating, are you going flat base? And then finally, we have the maneuver. So this is what you're doing on the feature itself. Are you board sliding? Are you 50-50? Are you rotating? Again, just examples of what you could be doing on the feature. And then finally, we have the landing. So you want to consider this, what body position you're going to be in, what you're landing, what edge you're going to be on, and what you're going to be doing off the feature to the landing. So when we think about making a plan, you want to look at each four of these parts and make a plan for each individual part. Now let's take a look at some small jumps in those four parts also. So this is your approach. Again, just how fast you're going, lining yourself up with the feature. And then we come into the takeoff, what edge you're going to be on, what trick you're doing. These are all things you need to consider before actually dropping in. And I even recommend looking at each individual feature like this so you know how big it is, what the takeoff looks like, and what the landing looks like. For jumps, I recommend trying to watch and see if you can see someone else hit it, because that's the best way to gauge your speed based off of someone else. How big did they go? How far did they land? Then you can decide how fast you need to go based off of their speed. So in my opinion, make a plan is the one that needs the most thought put into it. As far as always look, it's pretty straightforward. You just want to make sure that there's no one in your way or about to hit the feature also. Respect each other, obviously. Take turns, no name calling, very common sense stuff. Now, as far as respect the feature, try not to side hit stuff, respect the park crew so that way we're not damaging and making more work for them. And then take it easy, also straightforward, know your limits, try to always land on your feet. As far as a couple key points that they don't mention that I think need some attention is don't stand in blind spots. That means don't stand where the uphill rider can't see you. Also, uphill rider has the right of way in the park. That means that if you're hiking a feature, you should look uphill, and if somebody's already on the approach, give them the right of way as they've already started their run and have already made a plan. I hope that some of you find this information